I forgot to change. Damn it. Why me? I can't get caught. Not like this. Gotta find someone to pin this on. Someone like him. I'll make it look like he did it. Get out of the way here. August 3rd, 9:47 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2. Boy, am I nervous. Right. Oh, hi, Chief. Whew. I'm glad you made it on time. Glad I made it on time. Well, I have to say, Phoenix, I'm impressed. Hang on. Like, that's as low as it goes, huh? Okay. Not everyone takes on a murder trial right off the bat like this. Might be able to adjust this on my end. How's that? Let's see. It says a lot about you. And your client as well. Thanks. Actually, it's because I owe him a favor. A favor? I mean, you knew the defendant before this case. Yeah. Actually, I kind of owe my current job to him. He's one of the reasons I became an attorney. Well, that's news to me. I want to help him out in any way I can. Just really want to help him. I owe him that much. It's over! My life, everything is all over. Is that your client screaming over there? Yeah, it's him. Death, despair. Oh, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna die. Sounds like he wants to die. Yeah. Nick. Hey there, Larry. Dude, I'm so guilty. Tell him I'm guilty. Give me the death sentence. I ain't afraid to die. What? What's wrong, Larry? It's all over. I'm finished. Finished. I can't live in a world without her. I can't. Who took her away from me, Nick? Who did this? Nick, you gotta tell me. Who took my baby away? Person responsible for your girlfriend's death? Newspapers say it was you. My name is Phoenix Wright. Give me a second. I'm going to adjust my stream settings so everyone knows I'm playing this now. Boop. There we go. Sorry about that. Here's the story. My first case is a fairly simple one. Young woman was killed in her apartment. The guy they arrested was the unlucky sap dating her. Larry Butz. My best friend since grade school. Our school had a saying, when something smells, it's usually the butts. In the 23 years I've known him, it's usually been true. He has a knack for getting himself in trouble. One thing I can say, though, it's not usually his fault. He just has terrible luck. But I know better than anyone he's a good guy at heart. That, and I owe him one, which is why I took the case, to clear his name. And that's just what I'm gonna do. August 3rd, 10 a.m., District Court, Courtroom Number 2. Rabble, 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 rabble. This is my long-lost brother. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Larry Butz. Prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Ahem. Mr. Wright, this is your first trial, is it not? Yes, Your Honor. I'm a little nervous. The conduct during this trial will decide the fate of your client. Murder is a serious charge. For your client's sake, I hope you can control your nerves. Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to ascertain your readiness. Yes, Your Honor. Hand shaking. Eyesight fading. The test will consist of a few simple questions. Answer them clearly and concisely. Please state the name of the defendant in this case. Larry Butz. The defendant? Well, that's Larry Butz, Your Honor. Correct. Just keep your wits about you and you'll do fine. Next question. This is a murder trial. Tell me, what's the victim's name? Oof, I know this one. Glad I read the case report over to cover so many times. It's... wait. Uh-oh. No, wait, I forgot. Drawing a total blank here. Phoenix, are you absolutely sure you're up to this? You don't even know the victim's name. Oh, the victim. Of course I know the victim's name. I just forgot. Temporarily. I think I feel a migraine coming on. Look, the victim's name is listed on the court record. Cindy. Yeah, of course, it was Cindy. Just press tab to check it at any time. Remember to check it often. Do it for me, please. I'm begging you. Mr. Wright, who is the victim in this case? Cindy Stone. Victim's name was Cindy Stone. Correct. And tell me, what was the cause of the death? She died because she was hit with a blunt object. She was struck once by a blunt object. Correct. You've answered all my questions. I see no reason why we shouldn't proceed. You seem much more relaxed, Mr. Wright. Good for you. Thank you, Your Honor. Because I don't feel relaxed, that's for sure. Well then. First, a question for the prosecution. Mr. Payne. Yes, Your Honor. As Mr. Wright just told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object. Could you explain to the court just what that object was? Murder weapon was this statue of the Thinker. It's found lying on the floor next to the victim. I see. The court accepts it into evidence. Statue added to the court record. Right. Be sure to pay attention to any evidence that's added during the trial. That evidence is the only ammunition you have in court. Use tab to check the court record frequently. Statue in the shape of the Thinker. It's pretty heavy. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its first witness. Prosecution calls the defendant, Mr. Butz, to the stand. Chief, what do I do now? Pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help your client's case. You'll get your chances to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready. Let's just hope he doesn't say anything unfortunate. Uh-oh. Larry gets excited easily. This could be bad. Mr. Butz, is it not true that the victim had recently dumped you? Hey, watch it, buddy. We were great together. We were Romeo and Juliet, Cleopatra and Mark Antony. Didn't they all die? I wasn't dumped. She just wasn't taking my phone calls or seeing me. Ever. What's it to you, anyway? Mr. Butz, what you describe is generally what we mean by dumped. In fact, she'd completely abandoned you and was seeing other men. She had just returned from overseas with one of them the day before the murder. What do you mean, one of them? Lies, all of it lies. I don't believe a word of it. Your Honor, the victim's passport. According to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died. Indeed. She appears to have returned the day before the murder. Victim apparently arrived home from Paris on 7:30. The day before the murder. July 30th. Gotcha. Dude, no way. The victim was a model, but did not have a large income. It appears she had several sugar daddies. Daddies? Sugar? Yes, older men who give her money and gifts. It wasn't me, Chad, I swear. She took their money and used it to support her lifestyle. Dude. We can clearly see what kind of woman Miss Stone was. Tell me, Mr. Butz, what do you think of her now? I just can't click on that, huh? Mr. Wright. I don't think you want him to answer that question. Yeah, Larry has a way of running his mouth in all the wrong directions. Should I? I kinda want to see what happens. But the right thing to do is stop him. But then again, I doubt anybody's ever actually waited and see what happens. Might be better not to get involved in this one. Well, Mr. Butz? Dude, no way! That cheating she-dog! I'm gonna die, I'm just gonna drop dead. Yeah, and when I met her in the afterlife, I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. Let's continue with the trial, shall we? I believe the accused's motive is clear to everyone. Yes, quite. Oh boy, this is so not looking good. Next question. Went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not? Well, did you or did you not? Well, maybe I did and maybe I didn't. Oh, he went. What do I do? Just tell the truth. I know, I'll send him a signal. Tell the truth. Yeah, I was there. I went. Order. Well, Mr. Butz. Dude, chill. She wasn't home, man, so, like, I didn't see her. Your Honor, the defendant is lying. Lying? Prosecution would like to call a witness who can prove Mr. Butz is lying. Oh, that simplifies matters. Who is your witness? The man who found the victim's body, just before making the gruesome discovery. He saw the defendant fleeing from the scene of the crime. Rabble, rabble, rabble. Order in the court. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its witness. Yes, Your Honor. This is bad. On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. Please bring Mr. Frank Sahid to the stand. Mr. Sahid, you sell newspaper subscriptions, is this correct? Oh, yes, newspapers, yes. Mr. Sahid, may I proceed with your testimony? Please tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder. Witness testimony. The witness's account. I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing the apartment. I must be... Though I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it was strange, I looked inside the apartment. I saw her lying there, a woman, not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. Thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. The man who ran was without a doubt the defendant sitting right over there. Larry, why didn't you tell the truth? I can't defend you against testimony like that. Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working? Your Honor, at the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building. Aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout? Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones do not function normally. The phone that Mr. Sight used was one of those. Your Honor, I have a record of the blackout for your perusal. And yet it's not here. There it is. Electricity to Miss Stone's building was out from noon to 6 p.m. on the day of the crime. Now, Mr. Wright. Yes? Yes, Your Honor? You may begin your cross-examination. Cross-examination, Your Honor? Alright, Mr. Wright, this is it. The real deal. What exactly am I supposed to do? Why, you exposed the lies in the testimony the witness just gave. Lies? What? He was lying? Your client is innocent, right? That witness must have lied in his testimony. Or is your client really guilty? How do I prove he's not? You hold the key. It's in the evidence. Compare the witness's testimony to the evidence at hand. Bound to be a contradiction in there. First, find contradictions between the court record and witness testimony. Then, once you've found the contradicting evidence, present it and rub it in the witness's face. Okay. Open the court record with tab, then point out contradictions in the testimony. Witness's account. I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing the apartment. Can I just look at this? 4 to 5 p.m. is when he died. Oh, there's lots of stuff to contradict. Okay. We're gonna be good. Alright, next. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it's strange, I looked into the apartment. And I saw her lying there, a woman, not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. So, like, he definitely lied here because he used the phone on the inside. Thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. Can I say something? The phone in her apartment wasn't working. Yeah, I mean, no, it wasn't. Right. But you said you didn't go into the apartment. Or did you? Oh, that? I can explain that. There's a cordless phone on the shelf in the entranceway. Reached inside and tried using that to call. That phone wasn't working, correct? What happened next? Went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. Except the cause of death was 4 p.m. You found the body at 1 p.m.? You're sure? Yes, it was 1 p.m. for certain. Frankly, I find that hard to believe. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. The autopsy notes the time of death sometime after 4 p.m. There was no body to find at 1 p.m. How do you explain this 3-hour gap? Oh, that? This is trivial. The witness merely forgot the time. After his testimony, I find that hard to believe. Mr. Sott, why were you so certain you found the body at 1 p.m.? Gee, that's a really good question. Great job, Mr. Wright. Way to put him on the spot. That's all you have to do. Point out contradictions. Lies always beget more lies. See through one and their whole story falls apart. Wait, I remember now. Would you care to give your testimony again? The time of discovery. You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video of a taped program. So I thought it was 1 p.m. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding. I see. You heard a voice saying the time on a taped program. That's right. You may cross-examine the witness. Right. You know what to do. I got this one. See, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video of a taped program. Except the electricity to Miss Stone's building was out from noon to 6 p.m. on the day of the crime. Hold it right there. The prosecution said there was a blackout at the time of the discovery. And this record proves it. You couldn't have heard the television or a video. Yeah. The defense has a point. You have an explanation for this, Mr. Sott. No, I find it quite puzzling myself. Quite. Wait, I remember now. Mr. Sott, the court would prefer to hear an accurate testimony from the very beginning. The constant corrections are harming your credibility. That, and you seem rather distraught. My apologies, Your Honor. It must have been the shock of finding the body. Very well, Mr. Sott. Let's hear your testimony once more, please. Hearing the time. Actually, I didn't hear the time, I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. It must have been what I saw. You saw a clock. I guess that would explain it. The defense may cross-examine a witness. Gladly. Hearing the time. Actually, I didn't hear the time, I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment. It wasn't there. Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. This old guy. Wait just a moment. The murder weapon wasn't a clock. It was this statue. Now how is this supposed to be a clock? What? You with your objections and your evidence. Just who do you think you are? Just answer the question, Mr. Sott. Hey, I saw it there, okay? That's a clock. Your Honor, if I may. Yes, Mr. Payne? As the witness stated, this statue is indeed a clock. The neck is a switch. You just tilt it and it says the time out loud. And it doesn't look like a clock. I submitted it as a statue. My apologies. I see. The murder weapon was a table clock after all. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears that the witness's testimony was correct. This is a clock. You have any problems with this testimony now? Yeah? Your Honor, there's a gaping hole in the witness's testimony. The only way he could have known the weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hand. Yet the witness testified he never entered the apartment. Clearly a contradiction. Indeed. The witness knew it was a clock because he... You're lying! You were inside the apartment on the day of the murder. Oh yeah? Prove it. Prove I went in there. I'll do better than that. I can prove you were the one who killed her. You struck her with the clock, and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. That was the sound you heard. Order in the court. Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Side, the sound must have left quite an impression on you. Understandable, since the murder weapon spoke just as you hit the victim. The voice was burned into your mind. And that's why you were so certain about the time. What's the meaning of this? This is all baseless conjecture. Baseless? Just look at the witness's face. Normal witness noises. But the witness cared to elaborate. Did you strike the victim with the clock? I never... Look, the clock, I heard... No, I mean, I saw... Shut up, shut up, shut up! I hate you. It was him, I tell you. I saw him. He killed her, and he should burn. Burn! Give him death. Order in the court, I say. Your Honor, a moment, please. There isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defense's claims. Mr. Wright, Your Honor. Claim the sound the witness heard came from the clock. Do you have any evidence? All cases riding on this, I better think it through carefully. Your Honor, the sound Mr. Saw heard was definitely this clock. A fact which is clear if you simply try sounding the clock. Let's sound the clock now, here in this court. Your Honor, may I have the clock? Ask the court, listen very carefully. Beep. I think it's 8:25. Certainly is a strange way to announce the time. Well, he is the thinker, after all. So, we've heard the clock. What are your conclusions, Mr. Wright? Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is now? It's 11:25. As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow. Precisely the discrepancy what Mr. Saw heard in the actual time of death. So, Mr. Saw, try to talk your way out of this one. You forgot one thing. Oh, what's he talking about now? While it may seem like a clock is running 3 hours slow, it proves nothing. How do you know it was running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder? If you can't prove that, then you don't have a case. He's right. How am I going to prove that? Damn it, I was so close. Mr. Wright? Seems that you lack the critical evidence to support your claim. Yes, Your Honor. Which means I cannot let you indict the witness. Unfortunately, this ends the cross-examination of Mr. Frank Sott. Came all the way down here to testify, and look what happens. You treat me like a criminal. A criminal! You lawyers are all slime. Grr. I almost had him. Sorry, Larry. I failed you. There's nothing I can do about it now. Not so fast, Mr. Sott. Chief. Listen up, Wright. Don't throw this one away. Not like this. Think. But Chief, it's over. Can't prove the clock was slow on the day of the murder. Nobody can prove that. Well, yeah. That doesn't mean you can't still win. Try thinking out of the box. Don't waste time doubting facts. Assume the clock was 3 hours slow and think through it. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow? Figure out the reason and you'll have your proof. Right, Mr. Wright? Can you think of the reason as to why the clock would be 3 hours slow? Yeah, I can, in fact. Wait. Maybe I can prove it. You must have the evidence somewhere that can prove it. Right? Find it and let them have it. Well, Mr. Wright, you say the clock was already running slow on the day of the murder. Have you found evidence to support this claim? Of course. There is a piece of evidence in the court record that can prove my claim beyond a doubt. Ha! Tough words. Let's see you pull this one off. Let's see this evidence that proves the clock was running slow. Beep, bop, boop. The victim had just returned home from abroad the day before the murder. As we all know, the time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours. When it's 4 p.m. here, it's 1 a.m. the next day there. The clock wasn't 3 hours slow, it was 9 hours fast. The victim hadn't reset her clock since returning home. That's why the time you heard when you struck her dead in the apartment was wrong. Proof enough for you, Mr. Saw It? Or should I say, Mr. Did It? Order, I say. Well, this case has certainly turned out differently than we all expected. Mr. Payne, your witness? He was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor. Very well. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor? I have to say, I'm impressed. I don't think I've ever seen someone complete a defense so quickly. And find the true culprit at the same time. Thank you, Your Honor. At this point, this is only a formality, but this court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butz, not guilty. Woo! And with that, this court is adjourned. Turns out that Frank Saw It was a common burglar. He posed as a newspaper salesman to check and see when people were out of their houses that day. When Larry went to her apartment, the victim wasn't home. After he left, Mr. Saw It let himself in to do his dirty work. While I was searching her place, the victim returned. Flustered, Mr. Saw It grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find. August 3rd, 2:32 p.m. District Court Defendant, Lobby number 2. Still can't believe we won. Right, good job in there. Congratulations. Thanks, Chief. I owe it all to you. Not at all, not at all. You fought your own battles in there. It's been a while since I've seen a trial end on such a satisfying note. I've never seen the chief looking this happy. She's this glad. Imagine how Larry must feel. My life is over. Larry, you're supposed to be happy. What's wrong now? Nick. Don't worry about me. I'll be dead and gone soon. Good. Wait. No. I mean bad. Bad, bad, bad. Larry, you're innocent. The case is closed. But my Cindy Windy's gone, man. Gone forever. Larry, she was... Never mind. Congratulations, Harry. Harry? Yes, you. I can practically see the headlines now. Harry Butz, innocent. Yeah, thanks. I really owe you one. I won't forget this, ever. Let's celebrate. Dinner? Movie? My treat. Oh, no, I couldn't. Hey, I was the one who got you off the hook. Oh, hey. Here, take this. It's a present. A present? For me? Wait, wasn't this the evidence that... Actually, I made this clock for her. I made one for her and one for me. Really? You made this? Well, thank you. I'll keep it as a memento. Yo, Nick. Can you believe it? I was so into that chick. And she was just playing me for a fool. Doesn't that make you just want to cry? Larry. Are you sure? Excuse me? I think she thought she thought quite a lot of you in her own way. Nah, you don't gotta sympathize with me. It's okay. Oh, I'm not just sympathizing, really. Isn't that right? Right? Don't you have something to show your friend? Something that proves how she felt about him? Huh? Oh yeah, right. What the heck is she talking about? It was the statue. Check this out, Larry. Proof positive you weren't just some chump to her. Huh? What about that clock? This is the clock you made for her, Larry. And she took it with her when she traveled. Whatever, she probably just needed a clock, that's all. You think so? It's a pretty heavy clock to take traveling. Well, make of it what you will. Hey, Nick? I'm glad I asked you to be my lawyer. Really, I am. Thanks. Hope that made him feel a little better. Right? I hope you see the importance of evidence now. Also, hopefully you realize that things change depending on how you look at them. People too. We never really know if our clients are guilty or innocent. All we can do is believe in them. And in order to believe in them, you have to believe in yourself. Right. Listen, learn, grow strong. Never let go of what you believe in. Never. Well, I think our work here is done. Shall we be off? Yeah, I guess so. Say, how about dinner? On me. We'll drink a toast to innocent butts. Yeah. Oh, speaking of Harry, you were saying part of why you became a lawyer was because of him. Yeah. Part, at least. You have to tell me more about it sometime. Maybe over drinks? And so my first trial came to a close. Larry slapped me on the back and said, "Gee, Nick, it's good to have friends." I'm pretty sure he's not gonna pay us. Unless you count the clock he gave Mia. I didn't know it then. But that clock was soon gonna be the center of another incident. I promised to tell the chief about me and Larry. Would be one promise that I wouldn't be able to keep. The end. Brand new episode has been added. Yeah, save. There we go. All right. Hey, everybody. Thank you for watching. I had a good time. We solved several murders today. Let's see. I just kind of threw this one in a one-off because we completed the last game a little early. And so let me know if you want to see more Phoenix Wright. We could play more about it. Or play it some more. But we've got other games to play. We're going to play Coral Island. And if you want to see more of this, you let me know. And we can throw it in if it does well enough. Thank you so much for watching. If you watched on Twitch, keep an eye on the schedule. Tomorrow we're going to be playing more Coral Island. If you watched on YouTube, be sure to like and subscribe. Any little bit helps, and any money I do eventually make is just going to go to making the quality of content on this channel better. Thank you so much. Have a great evening, and bye-bye.